Here is something most people never think about. The same clove of garlic sitting in your kitchen right now, the one you use to flavor your pasta sauce or your roast vegetables, could be doing something entirely different for your body if you simply changed when you eat it. Not what you eat, when. And for adults over 60, that timing difference is not a small thing. It may be one of the most underappreciated nutritional strategies available to you, and it costs virtually nothing to try. Why this matters for healthy aging. Welcome to Healthy Aging Research. My name is Emily Hart, and this channel exists to give adults over 55 the kind of honest, practical, evidence-informed guidance that helps you make genuinely better decisions about your health every single day. If you'd love to see more videos like this, please subscribe. Today we are talking about garlic, but not garlic as a flavoring, garlic as a tool, and specifically why the evening is when that tool works hardest for your body. This is a concept called chrononutrition, the study of how the timing of what you eat affects how your body uses it. It is one of the most actively researched areas in nutrition science right now. And garlic, it turns out, is one of the clearest examples of a food whose benefits are meaningfully shaped by when it enters your system. Let me explain why, and then walk you through exactly what happens inside your body when you make this simple shift. As always, please speak with your doctor before making any changes, particularly if you have stomach ulcers, acid reflux, or are taking blood-thinning medication. Everything we cover today is educational guidance, not a prescription. The science behind the timing. Let us start with something that changes how you think about food entirely. Your body is not the same at 10 in the morning as it is at 10 at night. It operates on a rhythm, a biological clock that governs everything from your heart rate to your immune activity to the speed of your digestion. Researchers call this your circadian rhythm. And it affects not just how you feel, but how effectively your body processes, absorbs, and uses every nutrient you give it. At night, during sleep, several important shifts happen simultaneously. Your digestion slows down. This sounds like a disadvantage, but for certain bioactive compounds, slower processing means more gradual absorption. And that means the compounds spend more time where they can do the most good. Your body's cellular repair processes accelerate, growth hormone peaks, tissue maintenance ramps up, the immune system conducts its most thorough nightly patrol, and your liver, one of your most important organs for detoxification and metabolic processing, enters what researchers describe as its most biochemically active phase for clearing waste and supporting repair. Now, into that environment, a body primed for repair, detoxification, and recovery, you introduce garlic's active compounds. Specifically, a group of sulfur-containing molecules that your body can put to work in ways that simply are not possible during the busy metabolic activity of the daytime. That is the core of what we are exploring today. And once you understand it, a very ordinary kitchen habit starts to look like something genuinely worth paying attention to. What garlic actually contains, and why it matters after 60. Before we get into the specific benefits, let us talk about what is actually in garlic, because this is the part most people skip, and it is the part that makes everything else make sense. When you crush or chop a garlic clove, an enzymatic reaction occurs that produces a compound called allicin. Allicin is the primary active compound in garlic, and it is responsible for most of its therapeutic effects. Here is something important. Allicin only forms after the garlic is physically damaged. A whole, uncut clove produces very little of it. This is why the preparation matters as much as the timing. Crush or finely chop your garlic. Then, and this is the step most people skip, let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes before cooking with it or eating it. That resting period allows the full enzymatic conversion to complete. Skip it and you are getting a fraction of the potential benefit. Allicin breaks down relatively quickly with heat, which is why raw or lightly cooked garlic in the evening, incorporated into a small salad dressing, stirred into warm food after cooking, or taken in a very small amount with yogurt or honey, delivers more of the active compound than heavily cooked garlic does. Now, why does this matter more after 60? Because after 60, your body's own production of protective compounds begins to decline. One of the most significant is glutathione, often described as your body's master antioxidant. Glutathione is produced inside your cells using sulfur as a key building block. And as you age, both your ability to produce glutathione and your body's efficiency at cellular repair gradually decrease. Garlic sulfur compounds provide raw material your body can use to support glutathione production. Not replace it, support it. That distinction is important. But in the context of aging, where the body's own reserves are declining, that kind of nutritional support becomes increasingly meaningful. Let us pause here for a moment. If you are over 60 and watching this, I want you to hold on to that idea. Your body is doing less of the repair work it used to do automatically. And what you eat in the evening is either supporting or not supporting that repair window. Garlic, eaten at the right time and prepared correctly, supports it. That is not a miracle claim. It is straightforward biochemistry. Now let us look at the specific ways this plays out. Before we move on, I want to ask you for a quick favor. Right now, 98% of the people watching this video are not subscribed to this channel. If you are enjoying this and finding it useful, take a second to subscribe so you never miss what we publish next. We are working toward 1,000 subscribers by the end of this month, and we are almost there. 1 second is all it takes. Benefit 1. Liver support during its most active hours. Your liver never fully clocks off. But at night, it enters what researchers describe as its primary detoxification phase, a process called Phase 2 liver detoxification, during which it converts harmful substances into water-soluble compounds your body can eliminate. This process requires sulfur-containing molecules as cofactors. Without adequate sulfur compounds available, the liver's detoxification capacity is limited. Garlic eaten in the evening, as part of your final meal or shortly after, delivers those sulfur compounds precisely when your liver is entering this active phase. You are not taking a supplement. You are timing a food to align with your body's own natural process. Many people who begin incorporating garlic into their evening routine report waking with a sense of lightness and clarity they had not experienced before. Not because garlic is performing miracles, but because the liver had what it needed to do its job more completely. Benefit 2. Blood sugar stability through the night. Here is something worth knowing, particularly if you have been told your blood sugar is running a little high, or if you are managing pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes. Blood sugar does not stop fluctuating when you fall asleep. For many adults, the overnight period is when some of the most problematic spikes and dips occur, contributing to poor sleep quality, morning fatigue, and over time, accelerating insulin resistance. Garlic has a well-documented effect on insulin sensitivity. It appears to help cells respond more effectively to insulin's signal, meaning blood sugar is processed more efficiently rather than lingering in the bloodstream. When consumed with the evening meal, it helps buffer the glycemic impact of dinner, supporting a more stable blood sugar curve through the night. Imagine Barbara, age 66. She was told at her last checkup that her fasting blood sugar was creeping upward. She changed very little about what she ate, but she began adding a small amount of freshly crushed garlic to her evening salad dressing most nights. Within a few months, her morning readings had stabilized. Small change, consistent application, meaningful result. Benefit 3. overnight inflammation reduction. Let us talk about something that affects almost every adult over 60, whether they know it or not. Chronic, low-grade inflammation. It is not the dramatic swelling of an injury. It is a quiet, persistent background level of inflammatory activity that accumulates over years and decades and contributes to joint stiffness, cognitive fog, cardiovascular strain, and accelerated cellular aging. Your body's own natural anti-inflammatory hormone, cortisol, is at its lowest levels during the night. That means nighttime is when chronic inflammation has the least opposition. It is also when your body's repair systems are most active and most in need of anti-inflammatory support. Garlic's sulfur compounds have well-established anti-inflammatory properties. Consumed in the evening, they are present in your system during the window when that support is most needed. Many people notice reduced morning joint stiffness within a few weeks of making this a consistent habit, not because garlic is a treatment for arthritis, but because it is quieting some of the inflammatory background noise that was making mornings harder than they needed to be. Benefit 4. Cardiovascular support while you sleep. Your heart rate and blood pressure naturally dip during sleep. This is not just rest. It is a genuinely important recovery and repair phase for your cardiovascular system. When that dip does not happen fully, when blood pressure remains elevated through the night, the cardiovascular system accumulates stress during the very hours it was designed to recover. Garlic supports this process in two specific ways. First, it promotes the production of nitric oxide, a molecule that signals blood vessels to relax and widen. Wider, more relaxed blood vessels mean lower resting blood pressure and improved circulation, including to the smallest vessels that feed nerves, organs, and tissues. Second, garlic has mild natural antiplatelet properties, meaning it helps keep blood flowing smoothly by reducing the tendency of platelets to clump together. This is a gentle effect, not comparable to medication, but as part of a consistent evening routine, it contributes to the kind of vascular environment where overnight cardiovascular recovery can happen more effectively. Benefit 5. Immune system support. During its night shift, here is something most people do not realize about their immune system. It does not rest at night. It shifts focus. During the day, your immune system is largely reactive, responding to the environmental threats you encounter. At night, it switches to a more restorative and proactive mode, producing immune cells, processing the day's exposures, and conducting repairs across tissues and systems. Garlic has been consistently shown to support immune cell activity, particularly the cells responsible for identifying and responding to pathogens. Consuming it in the evening provides these compounds during the immune system's most active operational window. You are not boosting immunity in some vague, undefined sense. You are providing the immune system with compounds it can use when it is most actively doing its work. Benefit 6. Gut health and the microbiome. Your gut does not stop working at night either. In fact, some of the most important restructuring of your gut microbiome, the community of beneficial bacteria that influences everything from digestion to immune function to mood, happens during the overnight hours. Garlic acts as a prebiotic. It contains fructooligosaccharides, compounds that selectively feed beneficial bacteria like lactobacillus and bifidobacterium. At the same time, its antimicrobial properties gently discourage less beneficial bacterial species from gaining ground. Consumed in the evening, garlic provides this selective nourishment precisely when your gut microbiome is doing its most active restructuring work. Over time, consistent evening garlic can contribute to a healthier microbiome balance, which translates into better digestion, more stable mood, stronger immune function, and reduced systemic inflammation. Getting the most from this habit without irritating your digestive system. The preparation method matters as much as the timing. Here is exactly what the evidence supports. Use 1/2 to 1 small clove of fresh garlic. Crush or finely chop it. Do not leave it whole. And allow it to rest for 5 to 10 minutes before using it. This resting period is essential for allicin formation. Incorporate it into your evening meal rather than taking it on an empty stomach. Garlic on an empty stomach, particularly raw, can cause significant discomfort for many people. Heartburn, nausea, or a burning sensation. A small amount mixed into a salad dressing, stirred into warm food after it is finished cooking, or taken with a teaspoon of plain yogurt or honey avoids most of these issues. 2 to 4 evenings per week is sufficient. More is not better, and daily use without breaks can cause digestive irritation over time. Consistency over weeks and months is where the real benefit accumulates. This is not an acute intervention. It is a long-term habit. And please, if you are taking warfarin or any other prescription blood thinner, speak with your doctor before making garlic a regular part of your evening routine. Garlic has mild antiplatelet properties that can interact with these medications in ways that matter clinically. A simple recap. Let us bring today together. Garlic's active sulfur compounds, particularly allicin, align with your body's natural nighttime processes in ways that simply do not occur during the busy metabolic activity of the day. In the evening, those compounds support your liver's detoxification phase. They help stabilize blood sugar through the night. They reduce the chronic inflammatory activity that stiffens joints and clouds thinking. They support cardiovascular recovery during the hours your heart is designed to rest. They provide your immune system with tools it can use during its most active operational window. And they nourish the gut bacteria that influence your health far beyond your digestive system. None of this requires a supplement. None of this requires a dramatic change to your diet. It requires half a clove of fresh garlic, prepared correctly, incorporated into your evening meal 2 to 4 times per week. Simple, inexpensive, grounded in real science, and available in your kitchen tonight. If you have watched this far, you already know whether this channel gives you something genuinely useful. If it does, subscribing takes 1 second and means every video we publish from this point forward will find you automatically. No searching, no missing something that matters. We are working toward 1,000 subscribers by the end of this month, and we are close. If this video earned that 1 second from you, hit subscribe now. And please hit the like button too. It helps more people over 55 find this channel and get access to the same information you just received. If today gave you something genuinely useful, a new way of thinking about a food you already have at home, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever used garlic in the evening? Did you notice anything? Or is this something you are trying for the first time? Tell us below. Your experience may be exactly what someone else in this community needed to read today. One last thing, and this matters. Everything we have covered today is educational guidance. Before making garlic a regular part of your evening routine, particularly if you have active stomach ulcers, severe acid reflux, or are taking blood-thinning medication, please speak with your doctor first. A provider who knows your full health history is your most important partner in any health decision. Thank you for spending this time with us at Healthy Aging Research. Take good care of yourself, and we will see you in the next one.